Morning. Grand morning this morning. So let's go do a bit on the roof and I'll just show you what I'm going to be doing. I've got these two lats to cut down, but I'll show you up on the roof why I'm going to do that. Up we go. These are all my cuts for my top course, and I've nailed them all, I've drilled them all, so there's 2 cuts in every roof. Oh god, 2 cuts in every roof, there's 2 holes in every tile. I'll show you where they go and I'll explain why I need to cut them lats, but I'll do it round the back because I'm always conscious of videoing it the front and people just gawping and bloody one thing or another. So the gauge of my tiles is 246 millimeters, so these are every 246 millimeters apart. So my cut goes on at the top, which is why the 2 lats are close together. I cut the top of the tile off because if you cut the piece where the nail holes are and you try and save the nail holes, you see a cut edge under here which you don't want to see. So I could have single nailed them, but because it's up at the top of the roof what the ridge goes on, I wanted to double nail them just to be showing me head. It was only an extra couple of 100 holes. Well, it don't take long. So my plan is to bed my verge tile on, then 3 rows of tiles. I'll be up this line here, I'll be up there straight to the top. I'm confused because I've got a double line there and I don't know why. I just need to look at that. So tiles up the verge, tiles across the top on both sides, bed these on, where I've got them missing, nail these down. I left these loose so that I can get the cement board underneath. Bed the tiles on up here, 3 course along the top, and verges on down at the bottom. And once I've got the 3 on the top, we can ridge it then, and then we can use all the tile battens as ladders for walking up and down and everything. It's easier to ridge it first than it is to do it afterwards because you've got no damage and no mess. And if you come 3 course of tiles down, if you go steady, your bottom ones lift just enough to slide your tiles in. So that's the plan. So I'm going to gauge out some sand and cement for my verges. I find it easy just for small stuff, just to mix in my bath. I always like to batch my cement out like this. I'll show you why, I'll explain it. So I just cut a corner of the cement pad off. Like that. Then I batch it into a bucket. I use that as an handle. I can lift it up, batch it into a bucket, and I get a consistent amount every time, and I'm not making a mess, and it just tips into the mixer or my tub straight out the bucket. I see people splitting bags, and every time you put your shovel in you get a different amount on the shovel, and it ends up all over the place. And I just like to, if I can, it might take me a little longer batching it like this, but I'm working clean and tidy, which is a big bloody thing for me. Oh, let me wash my bucket. Just wash my bucket out. Now mix it 3 times dry, and the idea is to cover every grain of sand with a grain of cement. I shovel it all to one half first. Make sure I get into the bottoms. Now shovel all this half of the bath to that. I'll move that half over here. Yeah, make sure you get down to the bottom. Move it all back again. You're just mixing tidy, and you know you're not missing anywhere. You're getting all your bottoms and your corners. Back again. We'll go another one. Don't do it any harm. Oh. Bit of plasticizer. This is my plastering whisk. I must have had this, God, 35 years. I was plastering out a pub at a place called Gable when I bought it. God, it's been fantastic. Dig in and get it out the corners. So that line there, you see going up, that's the edge of the first tile. So I will bed the tile in line with that line, and then I know the tiles are going up straight. I'll rake these back and point them later. I brought my hammer up, I know I can't see it. Morning. You haven't taken my hammer, have you?
Not from here.
I sworn I brought it up. Make sure that aligns with my other string line, which it does. I like to make sure I double nail all the edges. Some people will do single. And if that works for them, that's alright. I just like to double them. I've run my first 3 and my end cut up there. I'll rake all this out, rake it back and point them another day. So I've set a line up there, set my line down at the bottom. I'm just going to bed on my cement board up there. So I didn't nail the last metre or the last whatever and my lats so that I can just prop them. I've just got a bit of lat underneath them. I can lift them up so that I can just, well, whatever, right, Hooker's model of that. Just so I can get my mortar bed in without blathering the bricks. And just push that back. And then I'll get that on top of the stuff when it's gone off. Put that in. The little packers. Get a bit of mortar snots off. Packers in. Just which these up, you see. Make sure you put these the right way around. There's a smooth side which you want to see from below and a rough side which you want up to your sand and cement. I won't nail these till this has gone off. Just got the piece at the top now. I'll show you an easy way how to cut them. On the face side, I want 1185. I would have used my square on my saw to square it up, but it's not up here. $11.85. Draw a line across. Get a hammer and nail. You can use any nail. Look, that's a ring shank. Just put a series of notches, little holes in like that, all the way along. Put it underneath it. Snap it off, you can just get a bit of give it a rub. There you are, blind man on a galloping horse. I'd be pleased to see that. So I'm working my way along. I'll take you up and show you what I do. These are my setting out marks off that lat. They're every 3 tiles apart. I then twang I've got the same marks at the bottom. I twang a chalk line down. So then all I do is put my tiles in. You see the line, look. I get them to the lat, just space them out, and then I nail them. So let me get, I can't hold the camera and do it, so I'll bring you back in a minute. Right, so that's the next row all nailed. Don't need to hit the nails down right to the very face of the tile, you know, because you risk breaking the tile. Just thereabouts, you know what I mean? They won't go anywhere. And those were my cut tiles, which I cut and drilled all the holes in. And what I've done, that's my tile batten. I've then ripped a tile batten down to 17mm. This one's thinner than those, and it just helps give me a kick up on my top tiles. If my nails were long enough, I could have no doubt put that on edge, but you've only got a small nailing area. But that's what I've done. If you'd turn that on edge, you'd need to make sure your nails were long enough too. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to work my way along the front and the back, then it'll get ridged, and then tie it all in. So I'm just scraping back my verge. I'll let it go off. I'll just scrape it back. I don't like to point it with this because it all sags, you know what I mean, and you always better to let it go off and do it another day. Make a far better job of it, in my opinion. If you don't wanna, that's fine. Whatever works for you is good. I just like to do it this way because it works for me. I'll get a bit of a nail, just give it a bit of a key. Somebody once told me you don't want to crisscross it because it gives it diamonds and the diamonds can fall out. I don't know how right that is, but when you actually look at it you think, oh yeah, I can see that. I'll give it a brush just to get all the snots off and everything. Like that. It's ready for pointing next time. And now the important job. Sweep your bloody scaffolds. You've done your job. Clean it down. Don't leave it till tomorrow, or don't leave it till next week. Don't think somebody else will do it. Just have a brush with you and it's done. Get off my flock. Well, considering I've been on my own, I'm quite pleased with what I've got done. I got that cement board on and it's only about 1:45, so I got that cement board on up there, got my tiles bedded on. Move tiles up, look. Got along to there. I've just tried me tiles in there, and it works lovely. I'll get this cement board on tomorrow. I don't think it's forecast rain. This one here as well. We'll get in there. Some days, because you do it on your own, you've got all your fetching and carrying to do and everything else, and you know, you're trying to twang chalk lines up and down the roof. You know, you're up to the top, you're up to the bottom, and it all adds time. And some days you feel as though you've done really well. Other days you don't know where you've been. But I'm not going to mix any more. I need to get this cement board on the other side. I'm not going to mix any mortar today. I should, because it's only 2 o'clock-ish, but I just can't be bothered. Truth of land says I'm going to put my tools away and do a little bit of work in the garden. That's a cop out, isn't it?